The debt ceiling bill has officially passed the House, the Senate, and has been signed by the president. Could a Supreme Court ruling help ripple in its case versus the SEC? And the biggest news that just came out less than 10 minutes ago is Binance has been sued by the SEC. Tune in to the end of this video to find out all of the details and the winners for our giveaway. Hey guys, it's Ryan with Big Dog Investing. Thank you guys for tuning into my channel. If you guys could do a couple of things for me, if you guys can go ahead and like, comment, subscribe to my channel if you guys have not done so already. Click the bell notification down below so YouTube can send you guys notifications whenever I release videos. Watch my videos all the way to the end. If you guys could share my videos and share my channel with anyone. I'm trying to grow my channel as much as I can, and I definitely need your guys' help in doing so. Getting started today is going to be Monday, June 5th. The total market cap for all cryptocurrency right now is $1.092 trillion. This is a 4.85% decrease on the day today. And really, it's only decreased because of the lawsuit that just came out. It's been less than about 10 minutes since this lawsuit has come out, but the markets have drastically been impacted so far. Bitcoin right now is currently trading at $25,752, Ethereum $1,811, and XRP is still staying above 50 cents at 50.42 cents. XRP is still up on the 7-day, but overall right now the markets are in shambles right now due to this bogus lawsuit, in my opinion. Getting into our biggest gainers on the day and losers, since we are on a decrease, DYDX is our biggest gainer, up 6.5%. Kava is going to be up 3.3%. But everything else is a loser today. And again, it's just due to this lawsuit that just came out. Details are still pending. We'll talk about that in the next video. But if we look at the week, though, XDC has been doing pretty well, still up pretty high, had a nice run up to 4.1 cents. Loonsea, again, I would avoid this. No financial advice, just due to everything that's been going on with that coin. Quant still up 4.1%, XRP 4.8%. So overall, we're doing pretty good. Get rid of that really quick. Right here, President Biden says he made it clear from the start of negotiation that the only path forward was a bipartisan budget agreement. No one got everything they wanted, but the responsibility of governing. Now the United States House Senate must send this bill to my desk. And they ended up doing that. But it's really funny that he said that there was negotiations, because in this video right here, if you guys watch this, this is his press secretary since February 2nd saying that Biden would not be negotiating, that Congress just must act, and there should be no negotiations made for the American people. So this is just the misinformation that keeps on coming out from the White House. Moving on, though, into our Watcher Guru news, NVIDIA surpasses $1 trillion market cap. This stock has done wonders in the markets for this last year, up 300 something percent right now, and mainly due to their chips that will be used for quantum computers. Those things are pretty cool. I think that the market cap, though, is drastically high right now, and the coin's up 300%. It's ridiculous for a stock right now. The UAE and Hong Kong partner to strengthen crypto development and regulations. Senator Elizabeth Warren says crypto funds fentanyl trade and it's time to shut it down. She keeps on making all of these excuses why crypto needs to be shut down. In my opinion, we'll see what happens with this. The House passed the Senate bill on the 31st. Brazil's president Lula proposes common currency for South America countries to ditch the U.S. dollar. Again, devaluing our U.S. dollar globally. U.S. Senate votes to block President Biden's $400 billion student loan relief program. We'll talk about that here in a little bit. Elon Musk sued over Dogecoin Twitter logo, alleged insider trading. So he did get sued. Kind of blows my mind that he hadn't been sued earlier, especially with everything that's been going on. Obviously, the federal government didn't sue him. These are just investors who ended up bringing this lawsuit around against him. We'll see what happens with that. U.S. Senate passed the bill, the debt ceiling bill, on June 1st. U.S. unemployment rate increases to 3.7%. We'll see what happens with inflation and if the Fed decides to raise interest rates this month. President Biden signs the debt ceiling bill on June 3rd. So that was 2 days ago. Bitcoin reaches $111 all-time high back in 2013. We showed this video prior. It was pretty cool that this guy did that. And then the SEC sues Binance and CEO Shijing Zhao, citing U.S. securities law violations. Just depending on what sources, came out about an hour ago. I know I said 10 minutes, but that's when I saw it, was 10 minutes ago. Not a lot of information's completely come out yet. I was in these Twitter spaces for just a second. I'm going to join them again after this, and we're going to, just talk about it, everything, learn a little bit more. And then my next video will be a detailed explanation. But they labeled a bunch of coins as securities. We'll see what happens with that. Moving on, though. Wall Street Silver applications for mortgage to purchase homes have dropped for the third week in a row from already low levels to the lowest volume since 1995. A lot of people can't afford to buy houses right now, especially with the raising interest rates. Um, if a house has a 2% interest rate and a house has a 4% interest rate, those individuals for the same house are going to end up be paying $600 more a month just for the loan itself for the same house due to the interest rate. So it blows my mind. But, people are going to keep on buying houses. We're going to see a rebound in the housing market, in my opinion. Again, no financial advice. And again, everything's going to be in the comments for you guys. Student loan relief payments are about to start again on August 1st after 3 years of being able to skip without penalty. 40 million people paying an average of $393 per month. Each will be pulled from the economy in discretionary spending. Should be interesting to see how this plays out. So the Biden administration is just trying to been pushing getting rid of the student loans. The Senate tried to put a stop to it. We'll see what happens with it. If the president's going to end up trying to figure out a way to get around the Senate right now. But in my opinion, these individuals, and I'm one of them, took out these loans. And when we took out these loans, we knew what we were doing. And we'll see what happens with it. I believe that these individuals should be paying for their loans. They took out the money. And this money needs to go back into the system some way or another. And obviously, the federal government and the taxpayer shouldn't put the burden on us. Moving on, though, the U.S. is announcing an additional $300 million aid package for Ukraine. With everything that was going on, with the debt ceiling bill not being passed yet, we sent $300 million more to Ukraine. Amazon reportedly in talks to release Prime Wireless for Prime members. The low-cost cell phone service plan could cut your cell phone bill to around $10 or even make it free. This is great news for people who have Prime. I'm one of those. Obviously, we know cell phone plans are ridiculously expensive right now. If you have Verizon or T-Mobile or Sprint, you're paying upwards of $60 to $100 a month just for unlimited internet data, and these phones just keep on getting pricier every single year. Breaking U.S. Elizabeth Warren to end crypto fentanyl trade. Jason Williams calls to the end the U.S. dollar funded fentanyl trade. So this person ends up calling out Elizabeth Warren, saying the U.S. dollar is being more used to fund these fentanyl rather than cryptocurrency. So why are we going to get rid of crypto when the U.S. dollar is drastically impacting it a lot more? Obviously, crypto can be tracked. The U.S. dollar cannot. So we'll move on, though. Yesterday, Elizabeth Holmes, the founder of Theranos, was sent to prison for investor fraud. In 2015, Jim Cramer said she is the next Steve Jobs. For those of you guys that don't know, she had a company called Theranos. What they would do is they would actually take your guys' blood. They could process it a lot faster, do the blood work, and then ship you back the results. But a lot of this was a bunch of frauds. I actually had a buddy who actually worked for Theranos. And when they would take the blood, they would send it out, and the stuff would come back a lot faster, way faster than normal, and a lot of abnormalities in blood results. She was actually just misleading investors. She became the world's first self-made billionaire super fast. And then obviously now she's being sent to prison for that. She tried to get out of it. I think she's pregnant right now. We'll see what happens with that, though. But she did actually get sent to prison. FTX founder Sam Bankman-Fried has been charged with bribery for allegedly paying $40 million to Chinese officials in order to reclaim $1 billion in frozen cryptocurrency. We'll see what happens with this, though, but he keeps on coming out with different things. He now says that his lawyer was the reason why he misled people who worked at FTX and took all that money. So it's just ridiculous. Today, former Coinbase product manager Ishlam Wari and his brother Nikki Wally agreed to settle charges that they engaged in insider trading through schemes to trade ahead of multiple announcements regarding at least 9 crypto asset securities. So these two guys worked for Coinbase. We talked about this prior. They did get sued, and they are now just officially settled. We'll see what happens with this. In my opinion, it's not great. Obviously, everyone keeps on settling with the SEC and with Binance. Again, my next video will be a detailed, in-depth analysis of what's going on with that lawsuit. But obviously the Security Exchange Commission is just getting away with anything that they want to. Now, this was the Supreme Court ruling. So, shot a 9-0 Supreme Court win today for traceability requirements for Sector 11 claims. Chaser a 9-0 Supreme Court warning to agencies and others that the federal securities laws are not just whatever they want them to be. Limits imposed by Congress matter. So, says that Congress could be clear, no one disputes, but none of this proves it adopted anything like the rule Mr. Perari processes. Finally, Mr. Perari argues from policy and purpose, adopting a broader reading of such securities would, he explained, says, expand liability for falsehoods and misleading omissus, and thus better accomplish the purpose of 1933 Act. We cannot endorse this line of reasoning. This court does not presume that any result consistent with account of the statute's reaching goal must be the law. And I'm not going to go any further with this, but basically what this is saying is that a bunch um, a bunch of this right now, sorry, I was getting a bunch of phone calls. A bunch of what's going on right now is, now this isn't regarding digital assets, but they could use this as precedent, and say that, the SEC can no longer keep on broadening its definition of what a security is. That this basically brings it down that it's in simple terms, and if they want to broaden the law, that Congress has to enact that. So that was a great thing that came out of this Supreme Court ruling, and it was unanimous, 9-0. So there wasn't any dissents to it. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully they'll use it. John Deaton goes further in depth with this and says investment contract is one of the most misunderstood legal terms of the law. The Howey test must be the most misimplied legal test or doctrine on social media. Investment contract is a legal term of art adopted from state law by Congress when enacted in 1933. Great points. If you guys want to read this talks about how government and public blockchains, how they spend their money. We spend so much talking about what stupid things government should not do, or what should not do with its blockchains, that often forgets to discuss what they should do. Government should mandatorily use blockchains for their own spending. And you can actually save a bunch of money using public blockchains. You can actually bring this in, but this thing is like a lot of threads. So I would highly encourage you guys to read this. I don't want to get in a big depth about it. I want to kind of bring my videos down towards the 20-minute mark, and we're going to get over that because we have our little giveaway here at the end. It says, read this short and then consider the fact that when the SEC confronted with such markets hammering inconsistencies, it's only when it is implied that statements from the chairman Gensler are simply not relevant. So it says right here, take a look below. Take a look below at what the SEC told the federal court last week when it claimed that it continues to consider our petition for rules for crypto. Then look what the chair told the Fed in the public remarks on this very same day. It's impossible to square these statements. Coinbase nonetheless claims that the memorandums is appropriate because in its telling, the commission has secretly decided to deny the petition, but is refusing to say that to avoid judicial review. This claim is baseless. The commission continues to consider Coinbase petition. In the ordinary case, Coinbase also is incorrect. Interview Tom Bankman. Can you comment at all on the dispute with Coinbase about rules on crypto? Why doesn't the SEC want to punish rules for the market? Chair Gensler says, because, Tom, the rules have already been published, but there are no rules published on the SEC website. There's no written law on digital assets. He kind of just makes up the rules. And we talked about how he couldn't basically give a definition on if Ethereum was considered a security because there's over 2,000 Ethereum tokens. There's only one Ethereum token. There's just a bunch of tokens on the Ethereum network. Obviously, he can't get his answers straight because he doesn't want them to. For those of you guys that are interested in automated market makers, David Schwartz, he's a CTO at Ripple. He explains this in detail. A bunch of people are talking about how you can make money with automated market makers. If you guys want to learn about that, you can read this. Again, I'm not going to get into it right now. I might do a further deep dive on it later on. Right here, though, Linda P. Jones talks about reasons why that she thinks that the IPO for Sooner is going to happen for Ripple. And the reason why, there was a private roadshow meeting with analysts in April of 23. Only companies that don't need cash can IPO in a bad IPO market. Ripple has over $1 billion in cash on hand. Momentum at the end of the lawsuit will create a strong demand for XRP. So obviously, people will want to get invested in Ripple. So we'll see what happens with that. Reminder: the IMF says Stellar and Ripple using stablecoins for cross-border payments. Wholesale CBDs bridge by a neutral technology reduces the counterparty risk of financial institutions. For those of you guys that don't know, the IMF is super important in right here, International Monetary Fund. They talk about it in here. They talk about Ripple and Stellar. If you guys like the XRP ledger and stuff like that, Ripple's basically a copy and paste for retail, where the XRP is for institutions. So Stellar is XLM. Ripple is XRP. They kind of go hand in hand. Moving on, though, while the upcoming June 13th HSSC hearing, so the House financial meetings hearing, is an important one for crypto. The one being held next week by the House Ag GOP is equally so. This has been a steadfast support and a call for clarity in the space. They're going to talk about crypto clarity in this agriculture meeting. We'll see what happens with that. But that's super important and a date to look out for. Again, on June 13th after the meeting, I'll create a video on it. New Key House, Republicans unveil crypto market structure draft bill. So they come up with a bill and they talked about it. If you guys want to click on CoinDesk, you guys can read the article. Jeremy Hogan posts a little bit of short of the bill. It says the Securities Clarity Act, also known as the XRP holder protecting / Coinbase and Binance, reliving crypto startup protecting, USA pro innovation, Hinman speech codifying, stick it to the SEC Act for short. And he's basically making a jab about everything that's been going on. But if you guys want to, you guys can actually read it. It's actually really important. And this guy says that I haven't read the bill yet, but this flow chart is something that I can get behind. And one of the reasons why I started Join Seed Starter. So this is basically what's going on, a little bit of a flowchart of what the bill's about and how important it can be for the space. Now we're going to do our crypto giveaway really quick. So here's my video. We're going to have to copy and paste. We are at 277 subscribers. We had more than 107 comments on the YouTube video. So let me just do this. Again, I'm out of town right now, so the internet is super slow. I have to use my hotspot. It's part of the reason why this is going on. I'm back in town on Wednesday night, so look for a video on Wednesday. I might make one before if I can figure out what's going on with Binance. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to get this to go. If it can't go, though, I might have to do the giveaway in a different video, and I don't want to do that. And I apologize if it does actually happen. We'll see if I can do this. There it goes. Okay, so we're going to put the link here. We're not going to include the replies, but we're going to include filter duplicate users. So I know that a couple of you guys commented several times. We're going to do 2 winners for the giveaway. We'll show random names. It doesn't show the sum. Start. It's not showing the sum, so I can't add. This is not going to be good, boys and girls. Let's see if we can do it one more time. If not, guys, I'm going to apologize in advance. I don't know what's going on. Again, my internet, I have to use a hotspot. I'm in Georgia right now, so there's literally no cell phone service in the back country of where I'm at. So I'll let you guys know if for any reason that I can't do this. I apologize. And by Wednesday night, I will be posting a video for you guys. Let's see. YouTube comment generator. I haven't used all of these. It's not going to work. I got no internet. Sorry, guys. I'm going to end the video now before it shuts off. If you guys can invest with the big dogs, stay on the porch. Thank you, guys, and have a good one.